You did very well. You spoke quite clearly. You looked forward, didn't you? And you convinced me that you knew everything about Rubik's cubes because you did your research and you planned it, didn't you?
Yes,
Very.
planned it, and now I can solve the Rubik's Cube under 30 seconds.
Really? Oh, wow!
I have an idea. Since he's saying he can do it for 30 seconds, how about we count 30 seconds meanwhile he doesn't?
Oh, we've challenged you. Yeah, let's give him a challenge. We don't think you can do it in 30 seconds, Vinukrish.
Yes,
We don't believe it. So can you prove to us that you're an expert now in the Rubik's Cube?
yes, I can do it.
Ready, steady, go. 20. No! He did it in 20 seconds! Is that a Vinukrish record? Is that your record?
Yes,
That was absolutely excellent, Vinukrish. So that was absolutely fantastic.
thank
If
you.
we were giving top marks for something that you've done very quickly in a week, for public speaking and for proving you're an expert, that was it. It was perfect. Okay? So this week we are going to look at the audience, and we're going to... Aishel, do you want to read this to us? By the end of the lesson you will...
Okay, by the end of this lesson, you will understand that there are two sides to any argument. Be able to use empathy to identify when an audience might hold an opposing view. Be able to address audience resistance in a speech.
Okay, now before we start, do you both know what empathy means?
Oh, ma'am.
Now, another word I want to know if you know, be able to address audience resistance. What do you think audience resistance is? Your turn, Aishal.
I think audience resistance is like, for example, if you're speaking about deforestation and you're saying to stop it and you're asking reasons, then if somebody in the crowd doesn't agree with you and says something like that does not support your speech, like, nah, we should keep doing this because of this,
Yeah,
because of that.
absolutely.
And then if somebody says that, you have to add something in your speech that you need to, that has the power to,
Yes.
to make
Like
everyone
Greta Thunberg did. Like Greta Thunberg did when she was talking about climate change. Yes. Very, very good. So as long as you've got the best arguments you think you can find in your speech, that might change them before they start shouting, I don't agree with you. What if somebody in the audience did that? That's why you have to know your subject. So you can say, yes, I understand. You can have empathy with them, with that person who shouts out, I don't agree because... Yes, and then everybody else in the audience doesn't look at you. They look at that person who shouted out. Now you need to take control back again, don't you? So you would say to that person, put your hand up who shouted that out. Because then, when so they put their hand up and you say, I understand you have empathy. I understand that point of view, however, or but. And then you give another argument.
The easiest, and the parents is the most resistant.
Yes, the parents and the teachers, because the teachers want to set homework too. So the parents and the teachers in this one would be probably resistant. But if you gave the very same speech to students, they would probably be on your
happy
side.
because
Yes.
they won't be home.
Yes, you could play out, go swimming, go to the fun fair and watch
No
movies.
homework.
Yeah,
They'll be jolly.
exactly. What might you do if they give you an argument that you don't know the answer to. That one could be difficult, couldn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So a good way, if you don't know the answer. Okay, sir, thank you very much. I don't really know the answer to that. So you be honest, always be honest if you don't know. I don't really know the answer to that, but I will go away and find out. You do seem to apply a good argument, but it's not one I've heard before. So perhaps come and speak to me after my presentation. Never be frightened of addressing the audience if somebody puts their hand up and asks. Go for it, okay?
People can learn from zoos and gain our appreciation from other animals.
Vinukrish, hand up. Shout it out. I
I
disagree.
disagree with you because animals in zoos suffer from boredom and stress.
Ishal, you could then say, who said that? Put your hand up, please.
Who said that? Put your hand up, please. Yes, I understand. But however, zoos can save endangered animals by bringing them into a safe environment.
Vinukrish might then say,
But removing an animal from their natural habitat endangers the wild population.
and then Ishal could say, yes, I understand. There are some strong arguments, both for and against, but I believe that my arguments are strongest and outweigh that, because if we lose endangered animals and some animals become extinct, then we've lost them forever. So you could always, and that's how you would deal with shouts from the audience, okay?
Yes,
Excellent lesson. I'm very proud of both of you. See you next week, guys. Well done.
Hi everyone, my name is Vinukrish and I am 10 years old and I am studying in Velamal Newton School, Tamil Nadu, India. And I'm going to talk about badminton. What is badminton? Badminton is a racket sport played using rackets to hit a shell across a net. The most common forms of the game are singles and doubles. Badminton is often played as an outdoor game in a yard or in a beach. Formal games are played on rectangular indoor courts. Points are scored by striking the shuttle with the racket and landing it in the opposing side house of the court. Each side may only strike the shuttlecock once before it passes over the net. Play ends once the shuttlecock has struck the floor.
Sorry.
Why is badminton important? Badminton is a full body workout. The movements, jumps, smashes while playing badminton will help build up your muscles to make them stronger and fitter. Because badminton promotes physical fitness, it helps to reduce stress and tension. As with all forms of physical exercise, badminton can reduce your risk for many health problems such as diabetes and obesity. It's a very intense sport and involves much physical movement. It is a very when is the best time to play badminton? You can play badminton from morning 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and evening 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. What are the rules of badminton? The player must wait until his opponent is ready before serving. The opponent returns a return gives rules to having been ready. The feet of both players must remain in a stationary position until the serve is made. The feet cannot be touching the line at this time. A player should always treat the opponent with respect. How can badminton be interesting? Badminton can be interesting because sometimes it can be funny. It even happened to me when I was playing badminton. It was the first time I fell in badminton. Badminton is an extremely popular indoor sport. It's played regularly by an estimated 220 million. Particularly popular in Asia, many of the best players ever to grace the game hailing from the continent. How is badminton helpful? Badminton is helpful as it reduces stress, makes your body fit, and improves your immune system. Comparison. Played with at least 2 members as singles. Badminton can be played outdoors because the shuttlecock is lighter than the tennis ball, so we don't damage vehicles or houses. Sports like football or cricket need at least 2 teams. Tennis can be played outdoor courts because the balls will go in different directions and hit vehicles and houses. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question. Is there different clubs, badminton clubs in different towns? Is it easy to get a badminton club?
Yes, ma'am. It's easy because there'll be many members and the courts will be in every place.
Thank you. What do you think, guys? Give him a round of applause, Well done. Vinukrish, excellent. I noticed that you'd gone back from last time I saw your presentation, that you'd gone back and done some more work and you put in the comparisons, which was really good. You talked about how it can be interesting and funny. That wasn't in your last one, was it? That is really good. And all I can say is I'm very, very proud of you all. You've done such a good job. It was just fantastic to have learnt so much in such a short space of time, and to be able to know about audience engagement, audience resistance, body language, gestures, actually creating a speech that's got good language in. What do you remember the things that you've got to try and do? Persuade, inform, anything else? Do you remember all those things that you've learned?
The tones.
Yes. So you've learned so much, and those things now, you can use them in everyday life. It doesn't have to just be when you're doing a speech. If you just happen to be in class, speaking to someone, or with a new group of people, you can use the skills that you've learned in just speaking to them. But if you want to plan something, you know everything now that needs to go into a public speech. So can I say to you, Aishal, Nabil and Vinukrish, you've been my 3 favourite students. I mean that. You have. And I'm going to miss you because, well, I've got used to having you around for the last 10 weeks. So I wish you the very, very, very best for the future. I hope your public speeches go well. Remember, always plan it well. Planning and research at the beginning.